Hello everyone, welcome back to my second channel. Welcome back to Jack in the Books. So, I am currently packing for a 2-week trip to Cambodia. It is currently 11 p.m. I'm leaving at 7 a.m. So, it's a little last minute, not gonna lie. If you're surprised, I'm surprised that you're surprised, because I'm not surprised. But I thought I would film a chatty little pack with me. I have this bag, it's a rucksack, well, like a big backpack. The problem with this is that the more that you pack, the more you have to carry on your back. But because we're doing quite a lot of traveling around Cambodia, we're going to a few kind of quite rural areas, I thought that this would be a lot better than a suitcase. Now, I have been backpacking twice before. Once was when I went interrailing when I was 18, just before I went to university, and I had this backpack where every time you wanted to get anything out of it, you had to pull absolutely everything out because it opened at the top. And so then, the second time I went backpacking was when I went traveling around Asia. So I went to Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam. And I bought this bag because this one unzips all the way around like a suitcase would, which means that actually you can open it out and see all of your stuff and you don't have to keep pulling everything out every time. So this was a really good investment, and it's all black, which I really like. And then the coolest part is it has a mini backpack which zips to the front. So when you want to wear the whole thing together, you can. And when you want to detach this little backpack, like for the plane, when you're going on like a day trip, anything like that, you can. This is not an advert for this backpack. I just really like it. It's from Euro Hike, if anyone's interested. There you go. But I'm actually doing an Asia hike, not a Euro hike this time around. I'm excited to go back to Cambodia. I previously, when I went before, I went to Siem Reap and Phnom Penh. So I'm excited to go this time and see more of Cambodia. We're going to Ban Lung and some areas around there, but using that as a base, but flying to Siem Reap. First thing I'm packing, some sliders, which I literally bought today in Tesco. I think those are going to come in handy, and I'm thinking they can go right at the bottom. The next thing is underwear. I would highly recommend packing cubes if you're ever going on a trip like this. It's so handy to just have all of that contained in one bag. And then I have another packing cube here, which I'm going to put all my socks in. So that's the plan. I've kind of lined the bottom with like trainer socks, and then I'm putting in these socks as well. The trainer socks are brand new, and they're making my other white socks that I already have look manky in comparison, but they look white to me. It's just that, you know, new white socks have that very white look. The other socks do not. It's been a bit of a quick turnaround because I was in Paris literally this time yesterday, and so I had to completely like pack up my apartment there and get the Eurostar back to the UK so that I can pack a different bag, because the stuff that I had with me in Paris was not really appropriate for a charity trip to Cambodia. Oh, by the way, I'm going with the United World Schools, which I'm an ambassador for. I'm really, really excited. I'm gonna make a whole video specifically about the charity and about the trip with Jade and V, who I'm going with, because I think it would be nice to tell you about the trip properly and the reason for us going. But I will leave the donation link down below in the description box, as well as a link to the charity if you do want to find out more. But I thought we'd just have a little chat right now. I had this really nice apartment in Paris, really loved it, but the landlords were a little bit strange because a couple weeks ago, it was a Sunday, I was in bed, relaxing, chillaxing, you know how it is. I hear a key in the door. Now, this wasn't unusual necessarily because my door was here and my neighbour's door was there, and when they unlocked their door, it literally sounded like someone was unlocking mine. So I was kind of used to the sound of it sounding like someone was essentially breaking in. I'd kind of got weirdly used to that. However, this time, my door opened and this elderly couple just walked in. Bear in mind, I lived alone. Like, this is a very unusual thing to happen. I literally was like, what the hell? They are also like, what the hell? And start kind of like shouting at me in French. I'm butt-ass naked, by the way. So I'm like naked and afraid. And when I'm being shouted at in French, which happens a surprising amount, all the French just disappears from my brain because I just go into like panic mode. It was literally fight or flight, and I wanted to do the flight option, but I couldn't because I'm A, starkers, B, in my own apartment. There was nowhere to go, they were in the doorway. Anyway, eventually we worked out that they, as the landlords, didn't know someone was renting the apartment because I went through a company called Parisian Home. This company, Parisian Home, had not let them know that someone was renting the apartment, so they'd come to do like renovations. They brought paint with them to like paint the walls. And by the way, the walls were rank as well. You could definitely tell that someone used to smoke in that apartment. So that was kind of unpleasant. Oh, should I do a wash bag haul? I've got some roll-on deodorant because I think that's going to be good for antiperspirant. I think it's going to be super, super humid because it's like the rainy season in Cambodia right now. I have some contact lens solution because I wear monthly contact lenses because I am freaking blind as hell. My contact lenses are like marbles. They're so thick. So anyway, I have my contact lens solution. Actually, that reminds me I need to get a little contact lens case to put in here too, but I need to put these in there tonight. So thinking out loud here, I have sun cream, I have, oh, spray on deodorant. Okay, I definitely only need one or the other. I'm gonna take the roll on, I think. And then, listen, I know this is like a red flag when someone has 2-in-1 shower gel, like shower gel, body wash and hair. I'm trying to maximize space in this bag. It's already full and I haven't packed any clothes yet. So it is kind of a necessity at this point to be a little bit rank. Okay, that's gonna go there. There is not a lot of space in here for clothes. Okay, it's gonna be fine. It is going to be fine. I'm mostly packing shirts because they're kind of flowy and mean that I can ventilate. Maybe this is just too much information, but it gets so humid in the rainy season because last time I was in Cambodia, it was also the rainy season. Oh, did I actually finish my story about my French landlord? Basically, they just shouted at me for a bit. I then just grabbed some clothes. Oh, weird thing was then that I said to them, like, okay, it's fine if you want to like spend the day doing your renovations. I'll just go out. I'll just take myself off and do something in Paris. But could you just give me like 15 minutes to put some clothes on? And also the apartment was like a bit of a mess, not gonna lie. There was just like rubbish everywhere. So, and like, you know, my cooking from the night before. So I was like, oh, I'm a bit embarrassed. I'd quite like to get rid of this. So I'm like, oh, could I just have 15 minutes? And she said, yeah, of course. And then just sits down at the breakfast bar. She just sits down in the flat. And I was like, I kind of meant, could you leave for 15 minutes? So then I said like, oh, why don't you go and get like a coffee and I'll get my stuff ready. She said, no, I'm okay here. I was like, it's not about whether you're okay, it's about whether I'm okay. Because I just wanted to put some clothes on. So anyway, I literally just grabbed the nearest clothes to me, put them on under the sheets, and then grabbed some hummus, grabbed a book, and I just went and sat by the river. And I bought a baguette, and I ate my hummus and my baguette, and read my book, and it was actually quite a nice day because it was really sunny. But yeah, what a palaver. And also, because it was a Sunday, we were like, we were both phoning the company that I was renting from, and they just weren't picking up at all. They were absolutely useless, so just one of those things. You gotta laugh about it. I literally thought it was really funny at the time anyway. By the way, I bought this shirt when I was in Vietnam, had it kind of like custom made for me, so I'm taking that with me. This is a bit jazzy, this green shirt. Okay, I mostly just have like white t-shirts. I also bought some vests today. Never been a vest person because I literally refuse to get my arms out, but I'm just gonna put things over the top. Like I thought they would be good to just go under a shirt or something so I can have it open. By the way, I did used to work in retail, so I have got folding down to a T. That's probably my one skill in life. When I got my job in Topman, which is now closed, RIP, my mum just made me sit with the laundry and practice folding because she was like, the worst thing is when you buy something brand new and then the sales assistant just like screws it into a ball and shoves it in the bag, you know? So she was like, look, if you're gonna work in retail, you gotta do a good job with the folding. And so I perfected the art because she also used to work in retail. I was in my bloody element. I just love speaking to people. So working in like a public facing position, I loved it. I had a great time. I would literally just chat to everyone. And then you've got your like regulars. That was nice. Anyway, I'm currently packing like a bunch of kind of sports tops because I think, again, they're going to be good for ventilation because like cotton is quite unpleasant when it's that warm. So I've gone for a range of colours. The other thing is adapters. I have a box here of different plugs. So I could do with Googling which ones to bring. These trousers are fresh out the wash. You know what's really funny is that I had a couple of metro tickets in the back pocket of these trousers, and just before they were about to go in the wash, I was like, oh god, my tickets are in there. So I pulled the tickets out, put them in the pockets of the shorts I was wearing, because obviously I was like, I don't want those to go through the wash. I'd quite like to use those tickets at some point, because on the Paris Metro, you just like buy a ticket and you can use it anytime. And it's like €1.90 for one journey. Doesn't matter where you go. You could go one stop and it'd be $1.90, or you could go across Paris and it'd be $1.90. That's just how it is there. Anyway, so I took the tickets out of the pocket of these trousers, put them in the pocket of the shorts I was wearing, and then when these were done, I did a dark wash, took my shorts off, put them in the washing machine. The tickets were in the pocket. So even though I tried to avoid it, like actively tried to avoid it, they are now dust. I'm basically filming a bunch of content because I have this really, really long flight tomorrow. I actually didn't realise how long the flight would be. Last time I flew to Bangkok, and then we travelled around Thailand, and then got a bus between Thailand and Cambodia. That bus was actually really fun. We made loads of friends who we then, like the whole time we were travelling around Cambodia, just kept bumping into. So that was quite nice to be so far from home and then see familiar faces everywhere. Is this gonna close? Maybe. So anyway, didn't realise quite how long the plane journey would be, but it is very long. And so I've filmed a bunch of videos, so I've got stuff to do on the flight, which feels quite productive, to be honest. I might keep these in my backpack so I can put them on, because these are comfy kind of shorts. Oh, these are the books that I'm taking with me. That makes this video somewhat relevant to the channel. I have Me, Earl and the Dying Girl, The Bluest Eye, Electra, Mouse, and All Boys Aren't Blue. 4 of these are for videos, and then Electra is just for fun vibes and good times. I think I'm gonna put those in this backpack though. Okay, this is still completely empty, which is good. Oh, except my schnecks. I've got some giant Skittles and some Starbursts because I am 5 years old, apparently. I also bought some mints, but I don't know where they went. I'm gonna put my laptop in there, my adapters, my camera. Oh my god, my camera. Oh. Not really looking around for the camera when I'm filming this video on it, and then chargers. That's very important too. Okay, I might have overestimated how much room is in that bag, but we'll make it work. You know what's not so good though? My visa got rejected, which is not great. That was like a nice shock to the system this morning. I did have a little panic, but basically the payment like didn't go through for some reason. I'm not sure why. And then when they emailed, it went to my spam. So I never saw the email saying, oh, by the way, you don't actually have a visa. So I just had the sweet ignorance of thinking I did have a visa. Because it's like an e-visa, but you can actually get a visa at the airport anyway, and you still have to pay the same amount whether you do it online or at the airport. It's just to avoid having to queue at the airport, but you gotta do what you gotta do, unfortunately, because you have to apply 3 working days before you arrive, which I did do initially 2.5 weeks ago, which was very organised for me. I just didn't follow through with checking it had actually been approved. I kind of took for granted that it would be, and it wasn't. Because everything else I did get approved. Like we had to do DBS checks because we're working with kids and stuff like that. Oh, this is actually closing. Probably shouldn't sound quite so surprised. But that is cracking news. Ah, beautiful. And then that is going on my back. That's quite slim as well. That's pretty good. I am absolutely sweating after doing that though. And I will definitely be sweating at Cambodia airport whilst praying I get a visa. It'll be fine. I'm there with a company, so it will all be alright, and I've got all the like addresses of where I'm staying and stuff like that. But it wouldn't be a trip with me if there wasn't some kind of stress and panic and chaos. And on that note, next time I see you, I will be in Cambodia. So you can look forward to a bunch of content from there. As I said, the link to the charity United World Schools will be down below. I am so honoured and thrilled to be an ambassador for this charity because they do really, really important work bringing education to communities who don't always have access to it and empowering those communities. Campaign that we're specifically working on is about girls' education because girls are much less likely to have the opportunity to go to school in these areas in Cambodia that we're going to. And so with the donations to the charity, basically more girls will get the chance to go to school and get an education and change the world. So yeah, that's why we're going, that's why I'm packing, and that is the end of the video. So thanks for watching, all the best, stay in touch, have a wonderful day, and I'm gonna go get some sleep because I desperately need it, and my flight is actually quite soon. So, bye-bye!